Okay, future aviators, we have got a cool problem that's something that combines what we were doing yesterday with the F strings that we're doing today. So we're taking some of this math elements that we had and we're going to format our answers using F strings. So we're just going to tackle one thing at a time. So right now, we're going to use this prompt right here. Prompt the user for a temperature in Celsius, then use the formula to change the temperature to Fahrenheit. The formula is Fahrenheit equals 9/5 times Celsius plus 32. Format the output in the form of a table and left justify the data. All right, so let's take a look at this. The first thing that it's saying is to prompt the user. So we want to get an input. Let's call that input our C temp, because that's what we're looking for, our temperature in Celsius. And that is equal to input, and then what, or my apologies, enter a temperature in Celsius. So that is going to be our prompt. That will start us off. And now we have to do something to that C temp. So we are going to take that C temp and put it through an equation. That equation is going to get us our F temp. So our F temp is equal to our equation that we have up here. So we want to make sure that we're using our parentheses because this will follow our order of operations. So it's 9/5 times our input temperature of C underscore temp, and that is going to be plus 32, and I can close the parentheses right here. Yep. All right, that should be good over here. We have brackets over here. We need one more bracket, I believe. Yep. Cool. So now with this, we also want to make sure that when we have something that's inputted as a temperature right here, it's going to come in as a string. So we want to make sure that this is an integer. So we're going to force an integer by putting an integer on the outside of this. So now we get an integer number in here and it's going to go through. All right, cool. So now we just need to print this. And it's pretty simple. We want to start by printing our titles for this. So we're going to print a value of Celsius. That's going to be what we entered. And then we are also going to print, and I'm just for the moment going to use a /t and put in our Fahrenheit. So I always forget how to, there we go, Fahrenheit. And then we will close that up. And then our next line, we want to print whatever we entered in. So we are going to print in that answer that was our C temp. And then we are also going to throw in a /t over here, and we are going to throw that Fahrenheit value in here. So we want to actually throw in our little curly bracket, and we're going to put our underscore F temp. And now we want to make sure that this is placed at 1 decimal place. So remember that we're going to do that :1f. Now that we've done that, this now becomes an F string. So we want to make sure that this is in an F string. So we can do an F at the start, and then we want to put this all in one of those. So now when we call C temp, we also need to make that an F string. So we're gonna throw in our curly braces right there. We've got one tab over here. We can get rid of this. We can throw in our others and then close that up right here. So now this should have us enter something in Celsius and pop out the temperature in Fahrenheit. So let's see how that works when we run our module. So we get over here, enter a number in Celsius. Let's do, so 0 degrees in Celsius should be 32 degrees in Fahrenheit. So we get that. And notice that this is slightly off over here. We want to move this just over a little bit. So what we might do with this when we're doing our F format, we want to throw our arrow in the direction that we are going. And then we can put over a distance, let's try 2. We're going to run module. We'll do 0 again. Oop, and that didn't seem to move it far enough. Let's try 12. Run module. Now that went too far. We'll go 4. Oh, we're getting there. We'll try 6. Let's try the other example over here. We'll do 32. Ooh, and now it's too far again. Let's go 5. And that one's getting pretty close to where we want it to be. The 4 was not exactly there. If we want to make this a little bit more exact, we can also throw in something over here if we wanted to make this an F bracket as well, or throw in an extra space and see how that would work. And now we get a little farther behind. So it is definitely a little bit of a game when we're doing it like this and we're not using a module like Tableau or anything like that. But once you get close enough, that is going to be a nice little test right there that will make it look pretty nice. If we wanted to have the spacing like this, where we add that extra space in there, we are going to throw at the beginning of this F statement, we're going to do a /n, which means next line. So now when we do that /n, we do 0, we get an extra space right there. So it's a little bit cleaner. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. It's a little bit cleaner now that we have this extra space right here. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this. You have to submit this one as well as you have another practice one to do using our tables and our different formats to make sure that everything looks right and using some of the skills that you've been learning over this week. Best of luck. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.